YouTube. I know it's been a little while since I've made a video. I'm back again. I've been very busy setting a lot of things up. When it comes to my business, I'm in the process of setting payroll up, general liability insurance, so on and so forth. Blah, blah, blah. I know. I got to be legal. Uh, my game plans for my business, and I'm just giving you guys an update on where I'm at, is I'm in the process of putting all my receipts on QuickBooks. Yes, every sale that I make, I have to write a receipt out for the customer. I give them their copy. I keep my copy. I come home. And yeah, that's my little fat man over there. I don't know if y'all can see him over there playing on the floor. The crazy wife's over there eating, and my other one is out like a light, and we're just watching TV. No, I have to mute that because, of course, you know, the agreements with YouTube, so on and so forth. I don't want to get docked or anything. But no, back to the main subject. I'm not going to make too long of a video. Something quick for my people. After I make the sale, I'm in the process of setting up invoices, physical invoices. I usually do digital. So like if I do a job or I do an estimate, I'll go on my phone. I'll ask the customer, hey, do you use your phone? The customer will say yes. Okay, so I say, okay, what's your number, your email, so on and so forth. I'll take that information down. I'll do an estimate on a job. I will send them their estimate. They'll send it back to me if it's a no or if it's a go. Okay, you know, if it's a go, then I will send them an invoice invoicing the job, so that way they have a copy of the invoice and they can agree it when they accept it and receive it. And then I'll go out, I'll complete the work, I'll do the work, I'll collect the money after I'm done, or if it's a big job, you know, 50% down, because that's what I require as a business owner. Once I'm done, I'll write my receipts out. I use QuickBooks, thanks to Keith Kalfas and his directions. Go to his channel. I give it a shout out to Keith Kalfas. Very good guy. But I'll write my receipts out, and I'll have to copy and transfer that over to my QuickBooks, so that way I can send that into the IRS. Vendor's license, like let's say that's what I'm also in the process of talking about is vendor's license. I'm in the process of receiving those, so that way, let's say I do a landscaping job for a customer and they want five small little baby trees, and I go over to the nursery and I go buy them. I'll take that VIN number with me, or you know my ID, so I can take it over there. That'll exclude the taxes off of me having to pay that company because it literally just cuts right down the middle. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is to my understanding. Which will subside all the taxes. I don't have to pay no taxes. And when I take that tree and I sell that customer that tree for that job, they pay me the taxes on the tree for the area that they live in. If that makes any sense whatsoever. And then after that, I do my receipts, my invoices, so on and so forth. I'll do all the taxing, the taxation, you know. You also got a payroll set up, which is where I'm getting to. I know I'm jumbling all over the place. Just stay with me and dissect everything I'm talking about. They'll receive the receipt. They'll have a copy. I have a copy. That copy for me is just for me to input all the information into Intuit QuickBooks. That's who I use. Intuit also does payroll. And their service monthly fee is $80 a month for payroll. So all I got to do is connect that to my bank account, put my hours in, and taxes and everything. They'll take care of everything else. They'll take all that out for all my information for the area that I live in. So all I have to do is just put my hours in, and I can set a weekly to bi-weekly or a monthly pay, just depending on their options that they provide for me. That's just to give you a general idea on how I'm setting up my functionalities for my business. So I'm getting everything into a workflow. You want to get away from working for a main job and squeezing side jobs, and it's just not going to work out. Trust me. It's either you sink or you swim in your business. You want to keep your business, or you will get penalized for not following up and keeping up with taxes and everything else because you're not producing the revenue for your business to afford taxes and payroll taxes and taxes on everything else that comes with the whole 9 yards. So documentation of everything is important. Equipment, whatever else you require to function as a business, needs to be in your articles for when you set up your LLC. It goes from there. It gets a lot crazier. But it sounds like a lot, but once you start getting into the habits of knowing what to do, when to do it, when to get to it. For instance, depending on the IRS, depending on the area that you live in. Yeah, I know he's over the playing this ball. Sorry about that. Once you set up an LLC, you have legitimately 75 days after you set business up to start sending stuff in to the IRS. Or you could do yearly. I mean, you could do quarterly, you could do yearly. It just depends. I mean, I have a general idea on how everything is supposed to work as a business. Now, here's the thing. If you live by yourself and you don't have nobody you need to provide for, and you want to quit your main job and you're on your own, you're going to risk getting an eviction notice because you have to produce sales, you have to afford everything else. And that's just the downfall that you don't want. So you want to prepare yourself. Prepare. We're going on 5 minutes and 40 seconds, so don't worry. If you have 2 people in a family that you live with, here's the idea. Make sure your other significant other is with you on the same page. Because it's very important. Ain't that right? Communication is important, right, honey? Communication is important because, let's say, I work a main job, which I actually do, and I'm actually about to cut that job. The reasons why I say that is because if this other person can find eligibility in a job that will take care of the pay that you're getting paid, you know, so let's say I'm making $12.30 an hour, and she gets hired in another job making $12.50. She or your other significant other can take over the bills after you calculate your finances and go in and replace you. Instead of you working a full-time job, they'll replace you. And what I mean by that is that gives you the free time all day, every day, to go sell jobs, talk to customers, work your way around your city, get to know people, go bid on jobs, just depending on the industry that you're in. Okay, this is how I do it. Start establishing relationships with other companies that will pay you to do work on their property. And you'll set up a contract, you'll do an estimate. Okay, this is how much I'll do this for. Here you go. You'll have a copy of your LLCs, your stamp, which is what I got. I'll stamp my estimate with my, what is it called? I can't think of it. I'm brain dead on the part. That little thing that presses my logo and my seal. Your company seal. Yeah. It's your company seal stamper. And you'll type your estimate up, your contract with the individual in agreement. You'll have a sign-in date for you. You'll have a sign-in date for them. You'll have everything that's provided in your services and the things that they require as a business. You'll stamp with your seal, which proves legitimacy of your contract. They'll sign, you'll sign. They'll have a copy, you'll have a copy. And then you'll have a start date. And you want to have a certain set price. So every time, let's say, I quote a business on cutting their grass. Let's say $150 a visit, okay? He is getting so mad. Anyways, I'll wrap this up. I got to keep it under 10 minutes. I know I told her I'll keep it short. I usually do these videos outside, but this just kind of came to me and I had to get it out before I forget. You guys get the idea. Keep that stuff in mind. Watch my next video. Like, subscribe, share. Keep following along. Thanks, guys. You have a good night.